Hey guys, it's Delia from Creative Besties here. I wanted to show you something I'm super excited about because it's going to be really helpful in your work. I have created a series of things that are going to help you with your work with Adobe InDesign. And what it is a series of templates and InDesign snippets, which a lot of people aren't familiar with, but I've been using since I've been using the program. And they're incredibly helpful little modules that are like mini templates. And these things together will help you do everything from making your lead magnets really cool to making courses. If you have a course, you can make your materials really easily and really cool and really good looking with them. And I want to show you how they work. So I'm going to start by opening one of my templates. And this is just one of my favorites. This is all just kind of dummy text and photography. You can make this photo whatever you want. You can make this a photo of roses or, something else. Flowers at a meal if you like, just whatever you want. But for right now, I've got a businesswoman there. Make your week work for you is just something that I made up. This can say absolutely anything you want. And I've made up in some inside pages for you. But let me show you how this process works. I'm going to delete a couple of these inside pages. Let's see. And it looks like a ton of work was put into them, but let's not worry about that part. I have a front page, I have an inside page, and then I have a back page where you can put your logo URL and link all of your social media and then link your email address. Now what we're going to do is go to the second page, and this is going to come in with X's in it. And what that is a title page, and I just called it method for now. And you'll see why later on in another video why you're going to want to have titles on your pages, and that's because it makes it much easier to generate a table of contents, because you don't want to ever write a table of contents by yourself. That's a lot of wasted time, and it's a pain in the butt and the behind, and it's a hassle to do. But I've automated everything else for you down to this line. This right here, this little letter B, if I zoom in, that's actually an automatic page number. So that way you don't have to worry about your page numbers. This right here that says yoururl.com, you're going to type in your own url.com, and I'm going to show you how to hyperlink it. That way anybody who gets your ebook can instantly and immediately get in contact with you and get in contact with your website. But this is where the real fun happens. This is where we start to import snippets. Now, what snippets are like tiny little pre-programmed templates that I've put together for you. So I'm going to just place them using the place command that we use, which is Command E. And I'm going to put a couple of these snippets in there, and they're categorized by where they go. I have some covers, I have some design elements, I have some checkboxes and lists. Let's go into checkboxes and lists, and I'm just going to take all of these and I'm just going to open them and put them wherever they choose to land. And then let's also open some some type, because it's going to need a headline and body for most of your pages. So let's pretend that this is one of your lead magnets, and right here you've got a headline and a body. And let's say you want to ask your audience some questions, some prompts. You can ask them right here. There's a numbered list. I labeled that a recipe, but it doesn't have to be a recipe. But I'm going to get rid of that one for right now. And let's say you have a checkbox right here of things that you need for your audience to do before they can get going. And then right here is a bulleted list. Now, all of these you can move around, and you can choose to put them in whatever order you like to. And if you want more, all you have to do, if you want more bulleted list, all you have to do is copy and just paste. And if you need, same thing, if you need more of these checklists, you just copy and paste those too. I have done all the heavy lifting for you. A trick right here is to hit Command and the vertical divider to get that to kind of line up. But I have done all the heavy lifting for you. And what I've actually done is I've created all of these, and I've created paragraph styles for them, so you can also easily manipulate them. And it's really, really easy to do once you get the hang of it. And I've even created some fun stuff like tip boxes and things like that. So let's move on and let's pretend we're going to do a second page of these. And let me make this bulleted list a little bit longer. There we go. And so you've got page 1 of what you want to do. And I'm going to copy this first very paragraph page, and I'm going to hit Control and paste in place, and that puts exactly where it was. And I'm also going to take this method, which will be on your template, and that's why it's not available to the general public yet. This is going to be available to the general public on May the 25th. I'm still cleaning these up and getting these ready to go for you, so that way they're perfect and, you know, ready to use and awesome and stuff. But I've even got something like tips boxes. Let's see. Let's look at boxes. Let's look at the modified tips. I've got a little tips box there for you. And if you want, you can put in a photo. Let's look at some of these photos. And put in a little photo with a little piggy bank right here. And he's kind of fun. And then maybe above him is some more of those bulleted checklists that I was doing. Let's see. Snippets, checkboxes and lists, subheads and questions. Or maybe it's subheads and questions, questions and answers. You know, something like that. That doesn't quite fit. But it fits that way. And this is all exactly what you make of it. This is not a predetermined. The only things that are predetermined for you are sort of the shapes and designs and you know, colors and stuff, and even that you can change. So let's pretend we want a little checklist here. And this is really good also for if you're creating a lead magnet that's a recipe, and you can have a shopping list that's like 1, 2, 3, and then you can have a recipe next to it that's a bulleted list with the 1, 2, 3 you know, in the shopping list. You can make these interactive. I'll be offering that with some bonus material, and you can make all kinds of pages. We just made 2 pages right there, and I'll copy these and I'll put these into place. And let's make some more. Let's do subhead and questions and answers. Let's do some questions and answers here. Maybe you've got something really in depth that you want to know. And then let's do a bulleted list, because bulleted lists are just easier to read sometimes than just blocks of photography. I mean blocks of type. And then let's see. Let's go to downloads and see if I have anything appropriate. This photo doesn't really go, but I just wanted to kind of show you how easy it is to make it pretty and to make it, you know, work for you. So so now we've got this 4-page you know, sort of lead magnet. And looking at it, I think it looks great, but looking at it, you might think, oh, I don't necessarily like that font. Well, that's pretty easy to change. You just go into paragraph styles and go into your basic formats, and let's say we want this to be a headline that has serifs. So let's change it to Merriweather. And now the beautiful thing about the snippets is that wherever you've used that snippet, it will automatically update there. And so same thing with the subheads and with these boxes. If you make them bigger, if you make them smaller, you can change also the way this box looks by using the eyedropper tool and changing it to, you know, the way the tips box looks. Now it has rounded corners and it's this kind of pale yellow color. You can change that pale yellow color to like a pale pink color if you like. All of this is absolutely editable. You can change the width of these lines, you can change what the subheads say, and all you have to do really is drag and drop around. And then when you're ready to change, if you want to change things like headlines and so forth, all you have to do is go into your paragraph styles and change them there. And so I'm really excited about this. I have about 15 templates, 15 or 20 templates, and they're growing. And I have about 25 snippets. And I'm making these free to the public. Well, I'm making these free to, I'm sorry, to my besties in my Creative Besties group that have studied with me in my program. And then they're going to be on sale. My Creative Besties in my group will get a discount. Even if you haven't studied with me. And the general public is going to get a really good price on these. And they're going to make your work look so much easier, so much harder. It's going to just make it look like you spent so much time designing all of this. And we just did this in a matter of minutes. So I'm really, really excited to see what you guys do with this, because it takes it down to a simple drag and drop process, and it gives you the ease of something that you perceive, a lot of people perceive as easy, like say Canva, but it gives you the ultimate customization of a professional level grade tool. So again, I am super excited. And if you sign up for any one of my programs, right now I've got a deal going where I've got programs starting at $200 a month. To study with me, and that's for 6 months, and that's, I believe, 15 hours of study. And between 15 hours of study with me and 15 hours of self-study, I've seen people change their careers and just essentially change their lives. They've become things like graphic designers, creative VAs, web designers, web developers. And so I'd really encourage you to take advantage of that offer, because I'm not positive how long it'll be around. It might be a permanent thing, it might not be. But if you get in on it now before the 25th, you will also get this pack of super snippets and templates for free also. So anywho, thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon.